Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we are moving into springtime makeup. I am ready for it. We're going to be baby stepping our way into summer makeup looks, and it's spring. So this is a springtime vibe and feel. Watercolor blush, Paint a Lily blush, and that's what I've been seeing pop up more. That's how I'm feeling with my makeup looks. This soft baby doll colors on the face. Blush is like, it's been having its moment for over a year now. Full on blush blindness has been in vogue. I love blush, super on board with that trend. This is just a more sophisticated, softer, cutesy, fresh baby doll way maybe to do blush. We're going to be doing that today. It's been talked about a little bit online. It's popping up again. It's not new. There's incredible artists like Lisa Eldridge, who I've watched for years on YouTube. She did a watercolor blush video many years ago. A couple years ago or recently, I'm not really sure, a Korean makeup artist did a video how she does New Jeans' makeup. That's a K-pop singer or band called New Jeans. I'm not familiar with them. And she showed how she does her watercolor blush. So I think it comes back around this time of year when we come into spring makeup. So we're going to do that together today. If you're new here, I am NATASHA, as the name of the channel, professional makeup artist of over a decade, and I have a new video out every single week. So I would love you to join the channel. Let's get started on today's makeup look. So I already have a lot of my makeup on because I didn't want to make this video 5 hours long. I really struggle with keeping videos short, so that's my efforts there because I'm a yapper. So everything that I have on my face is going to be linked in the description box down below, so you can find all those details down there, along with different options of shopping links, because I know some viewers are from the US and some are from the UK and other places. So I try to link different shops that might be easier for you. Do let me know if that's helpful, because it does take a fair bit of time to do that. So the blush, watercolor blush, it is about being transparent, romantic, melting, soft, no harsh lines. Everything to be super soft and dreamy, like a watercolor Monet painting. Vision that, embody that, feel that energy. So to do that, you're going to need two blushes. You're going to need your normal color blush that you like to use, and this can be with, I guess, a lot of spectrums of blush, definitely, but I am leaning more into doing this with the pinks and icy, cooler, neutral tones, as opposed to really warm, sun-kissed corals. That makes sense. This would also be beautiful with berry shades. That's how I'm feeling. But you can do the technique with any shades, but you do want to keep them kind of in the same family. Okay, so you're going to have a darker one and a lighter one. So I'm going to do two styles, one on each cheek. Basically, a darker blush and a lighter blush. And the icy soft pink is potentially the new one for you that you might not have in your collection, and this is basically going to be your transition blush, your transition shade that creates that milky, soft, blurred out effect. We're going to do that after the first one. This is a color that you might not have in your collection, and obviously if you are darker skin toned, you're going to need to tailor that to you. It's going to need to be your lighter version of a blush, but this is one for my skin. And these aren't really that common in Western brands, so I would look for the ones like this in Asian brands. They're very popular in Korean, Chinese, Japanese beauty. This really soft, buttery, what's this called? Candy cloud makeup blushes. This is from a Chinese brand called Florasis, actually. And so is this one. And it's perfect for this. And then the other one that I'm using today is the fwee pots. These are super popular and viral. I'm sure you already know about these. They just have this amazing moussey texture that are just super fun. I've had this actually for a while, but I've been finding myself reaching for it more and more because I'm just enjoying it, and the color feels more right now. And this one is the shade Baby. Get that everywhere. So before we start this, we do want to powder the face. You can see my face is shiny. I've not powdered it because you want your blush to melt and blend on beautifully and no harsh lines. You want the surface to be a little bit powdered down. And to do that, I'm going to use this Kosas powder, which I think is perfect for it. This is called Candy Cloud Set. And it looks like the same color as the blush, frankly, but it will have less pigment. So I'm just going to pick up some of that and set my under eyes as well. And just lightly dust over the cheek with whatever's left. I think ultra shiny, ultra glowy makeup is not the trend right now. Cloud matte skin is more. So can you use powders and creams with this trend? Absolutely. You could do 2 creams, although that would look more glowy, less cloud and watercolor feeling. You can do 2 powders. So one cheek I'm going to do 2 powders, and one cheek I'm going to do a cream and then a powder. But there's a spectrum of creams, right? There's some that are super dewy and sticky and tacky. I wouldn't recommend those types. Well, there's some that are like this one, which is almost like it's a cream to powder formula. So it goes on the skin really matte, moussey, dreamy, blurred, which is what we're trying to create today. So I'm going to use that one first, and I'm going to pick that up in my brush. And if you want, you could pre-blend it on your brush. Really helps things go onto the skin beautifully and smooth, and that is the color there. It's so nice, baby color. So pre-blend the blush really helps. Now there is this trend all blurs into Wuthering Heights makeup and all of that soft, dreamy, romantic look. The Wuthering Heights type of blush placement is a little bit lower. I don't generally teach that or do blush like that. We're always trying to look uplifted and youthful, and that doesn't help with that. This trend is not super high up, like the draping type of technique. That's a little bit too high. So maybe in a more traditional kind of zone. So this is our first main center color, and you do want to blur it out, but you want it to still be translucent. These pudding pots are perfect for that. They create a really blurred, matte, dreamy texture. They don't interfere with the makeup underneath that you've created, especially if you continue with a stamping motion. You don't want to be sliding your blush around, because then you will disturb the foundation and the work you've done underneath. One side done, and now we want to create the melting, dreamy effect. That looks nice, but it's just blush, right? Just on the face. So we're going to pick up this one. This is like, it's not matte. It has a very slight shimmer into it, which is beautiful. It creates that diffused look on the face, scatters light. So I picked that up on my brush. And so the technique is to hover around that. We don't actually want to get it on top, on the center here, a little bit bleeding in and bleeding out. It's like it's melting out from the center, but not quite covering and knocking back all of that first blush that we put on. So to hover it around and diffuse the edges, go right up under the eye with that light color. Works as an under eye brightener, and diffuse everything with the lighter shade. It can really be quite diffused with this lighter shade because it is just so light. Pretty. That's the watercolor effect. The whole like spring trends is very pastel vibes. So I would even take this eyeshadow, this light one, and I would just dust it over the eye as well, just to continue with that soft, dreamy vibe, just with a big, large, fluffy brush. So everything is translucent and smooth. It's very subtle. It's very hard to see on camera. I hope you can see. If you feel like you knocked back your first blush too much, you absolutely can go back in with it. Add a little bit of extra pop in the center, and you can kind of like bounce between the two. Add another pop there. You can grab your diffusing one and re-blur and diffuse. Nice. I will want to say please make sure you use 2 different brushes for the 2 different tones. If you don't, it's not going to work well. It's going to get very muddy, and starting with the darker color and then adding the lighter color on top in this blush, you're just not going to get the same result. It's going to look almost like just not going to work at all. So really make sure you have 2 different brushes for this. Also, when you're doing your bronzer, a lot of women like do their bronzer and their blush with the same brush. Please don't do that. That's how your makeup gets muddy and you just won't get great results with that at all. So for the other side, I'm going to use 2 powders, both from the same blend from Florasis instead of the cream one. We're going to go with this color first, which is Coral Whisper, and then this one on top on the outside. It's not very coral to me. I feel like they get their names quite wrong. It's a lot more muted mauve, rosy. It's also a light blush, and adding that in the center, building up the color, but just keeping it in the center. Trying not to diffuse it too much because we know we're going to diffuse later. Patting. I always like to pat. There's the first color. You can always add a little bit more later, but it's harder to take it off. Now with the star of the show, the diffuser, this one. I really love this. I've had this actually for so long. It didn't really come across my mind to use it like this because you wouldn't really lean for this blush by itself. Going around the edges to diffuse it. So nice. Going right up under the eye, it almost like acts as like a setting powder under the eye for brightness. So don't use too much of your setting powder under the eye because you're going to then use this blush after. And we need a little bit across the eyelid just to add the softness. I like to blur it all together. And add a little more of the first one just in the center. So it's really about feeling free to paint. Very soft and dispersed with your colors. You could even do 2 dark colors of blush. So you could have 3 colors. I know that sounds like a lot, but with this soft baby color, it's your connector shade, it's your transition shade. So I've only used 1 main color at the front on both sides, but you could do a darker berry color or just a darker rose neutral blush. Then you could do your more brighter pop blush shade. These blushes that I've used as my dark color are still quite muted, although this one is a little bit more poppy compared to that one. And then blur them all together and tie them all together on the outsides with the light baby soft pink color. Super handy to give you that soft diffused, no edges type of blush. Nothing to be stopping and starting. It's like romantic, dreamy, and like a watercolor painting. So that's it for today's video. Nice little simple one. One technique to consider trying. The blushes that I used today I will leave linked in the description box, as well as a few other options that I found online for an alternative to this blush that's easily accessible for you guys like at Sephora or Ulta. I'll find some great options and leave them in the description box for you because it's nice and handy to use as a diffuser connector shade for your blushes in the springtime. And if you didn't see at the end of last week's video, I have some exciting news. I am opening up, after much thought and consideration, I'm opening up one-on-one online makeup lessons to be able to help you guys more in a more personalized way live. So if you have ever had any personal burning questions of your makeup that you would like to troubleshoot with me and talk, we can have a 90-minute makeup lesson together. I have been doing this for so many years for women in person for years here in Hong Kong. I've helped so many women with their routines, organizing what they're using, taking a look at their brushes and their makeup and seeing if it's any room for improvement in their routines, which there always is, some little tweaks we can do, and just the application and where to put things for your face. I'm opening that up for online because I would love to connect with you guys more. So there is a wait list in the link, the description box, and I'll pin it as a comment. You can just sign up and express your interest in one of those lessons, and consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye.